inside of the tent, Johann has basically come to the recognition that there is this battle ahead. She challenged him basically to fight, and when he tried to kind of goad her into a battle of fisticuffs, she's essentially laughed in his face as she drew out her great axe and basically, without using words, said, "You can fight with your fists, and I'll cut your head off with my axe." Um, so he's kind of in that moment of recognition. Outside of this little party, we're going to have, again, like the chaos of effectively the outskirts of this camp, effectively getting assaulted from the northeast. We will have basically the party inside of this camp is still surrounded by their guards. You have a certain sense of the actual like guards and sentries are currently dealing with this. My plan here is simply to bring in Gale and Marcus as the two people who are kind of flanking into this actual camp here. So we bring you directly into what currently is this tent situation outside of the actual tents, where you have five individuals who are effectively weaponless and being watched over by about 12 individuals, as well as a large saber-toothed tiger that basically stands at the gates of this tent. As far as things go, I think we're going to jump directly into an initiative, where it will kind of be up to everybody to decide how things play out here. Among the things will be basically the happening of Johann and Bjornhild inside of the tent, the group on the outside of the tent, and then the forces from without that are coming to be kind of a chaos factor in whatever happens here. So I still don't see a token for Marcus. Do you have a token prepared?
I don't know how to do that, so no.
Do you have a picture for your character?
I can drag one up really quickly, sure.
Gotcha. So I sent that token stamp to you before, but if you go to the token stamp, you can basically drop that picture inside of there, and it will show you a little circle with your character inside of it. And you basically just either right click the circle, or I think below it, it has an option to save it. And you just want to save that PNG. Once you have the PNG, in the top right corner of Roll20, you should be able to see your journal where you'll see Marcus Brindlekeep, and you can edit the name, and it should show you in that edit sheet where it says avatar, and you just want to drop a circular token into that avatar frame.
Okay, it'll take me about 60 seconds.
I have one of my third level slots marked as used, but I don't, did we use some magic before going in here? Or is,
I am not entirely sure why you have that marked. I don't know what you've cast unless you cast aid, but I don't think you've cast aid today.
yeah, and I don't think I would have cast it at third anyway. Alright, I really don't recall Sleet Storm Spirit Guard. Yeah, I don't think that's
I have a
right.
feeling you probably didn't click like the proper long rest, but
Yeah.
you can definitely take that back.
And then Mara, on similar lines, are we deep enough into the day that I would have cast Mage Armor a second time?
I do believe, yeah, you would have two level ones gone,
Gotcha. Okay.
because
And
I
how
think we've
much,
got you all at night, so I think you're easily within that, like what is it, like 9 to 16 hours.
Gotcha. Okay.
And how much inspiration do I have?
Just as a general update I can do for the actual party members, I have Brennick at 12, Johan at 6, Jimbao at 4, Trey at 3, and Velixis at 6, even though Rashad's not here today.
We get to keep our inspiration? It just doesn't. Oh, wow.
It's not normal inspiration. That's why I said, like, Marcus told a story there, so he has a normal inspiration where he can, in all but name, basically give himself advantage on a roll. But like, you all can modify D20. So I feel like maybe it was in a different game. The cleric burned a lot last week, but it's one of those things where, like, Trey, you've got 3, so you can basically burn +3 or -3 to pretty much any D20 roll. Brennick right now, if he has to take a death saving throw, he can automatically pass it. Basically, if as long as he doesn't roll a 1, he can make it work. That's some of those things that I tell people, like, that's part of why I like those dice is if not dying is important to you, you can save that shit and use it just for not dying when you want to not die.
Thank you. And you can still use the inspiration, like to roll a d20 for advantage, or no?
Nope. Nope.
Okay, cool.
I don't like that rule because people sit on their inspiration and they don't use it. I want people to use their inspiration for stuff.
Gotcha. I love it.
And I don't want it to be an excuse not to use the story dice because I want people to practice that act of improving.
Looks like I've got myself all set up now.
Excellent. I was kind of rolling my initiatives during all of that, so I still have to get all of these guys kind of set up and inside of this order, how it will play out. So it will be a few moments as we kind of get into this, but
While he's doing that, if any of the regular players would be so kind as to just very briefly, I'll assume Marcus knows very little, but I'm guessing he needs to have some motivation as to why he's coming into this. So, just a quick who's in this camp again, other than the party, and why might I be here? I'll let you guys decide.
that's what I was saying. Like, these are nomads on some level. It's not important. You all just have the motivation to do that. You can be with another group of nomads. You could be with a group of the Goliaths. The fact of the matter is neither of you really created everything far enough ahead of time for us to have that discussion, and it
Cool.
doesn't really matter. You are about to become these adventurers, a group of this adventuring party, and that's all that matters. That's why I say, like, you two are railroaded into being the two who use the distraction to fight your way into this camp.
Cool, thank you.
I have no interest in ever having people wait to, like, have a good storyline as to why you're coming in. I try to bring people immediately into the game like it's Play-Doh. I always say I just smash the Play-Doh together, and it's your job to role play from there. There's no reason for me to think that a narrative story is more important than playing right away.
Yep.
Just to reiterate, sort of the location anyway, we're like a day out of East Haven, so we're east of East Haven. We're kind of in a river valley, getting up into the mountains. And just as it happened, we were walking along and it basically stumbled into an ambush. But we're in a river valley, sort of a bit in the wilderness.
I kind of failed to circle it, but neither of these people are actually familiar with Icewind Dale, so it's all kind of very obscure anyways. But in the kind of center right of that map, maybe a little bit kind of on the southern side, you can see a little circle, and that's vaguely where I had them on their river valley. They are traveling out of East Haven, which is kind of like just south of Lake Dineshire. and they've basically spent this day traveling from East Haven, trying to make their way along this valley to where they can hopefully go from following the river to following kind of well, I meant to go a little further, pretty much properly straight north at the split in this river valley to try to find that location. So it's all very kind of random why they're here, but in essence, it was trying to find physical characteristics that they could follow to make their way to that particular location that they have on their map. But I am about to drag back towards the actual tribal map here. And on some level, obviously, also, Marcus and Gale, you would have reasons to know a little bit more about each other. In general, I try to ask people to have conversations that you could have had beforehand during combat. I don't want to stifle you from having conversations, but for instance, when you do start to fight with these people, there's no reason for either of you to know much of anything about them other than what they look like. And that kind of can clue you into what they might be doing and what they might be able to do. And generic strategy is where it's kind of that's free for all. You can always talk and do that, but inside of combat, there's a certain level of you can only speak so much in character. So at present, the two of you are just kind of witnessing this as your own kind of raid is happening. The two of you are more or less seeing these people are disarmed and in a very tense, hostile situation from that little perch you have up in the north. Who am I currently missing in initiative? Johan?
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
And looks like Jin Bao rolled a 22.
Aisling and Trey only have single rolls though. Everybody else did the double roll thing on Beyond 20.
Nothing should matter about single versus double rolling. It's purely a time saver. But all that is that little setting. Inside of your Beyond 20 dice, in roll 20, there's a little red die at the bottom right. If you right click on that, it should give you options. If you look at the options, one should say type of roll. If you can set that to always roll twice, and then two choices below that, it's auto roll damage and crit. Those are two very useful settings for saving kind of moments of time.
Gotcha.
All right, so as you start to hear the commotion basically coming from the west, kind of northwest of camp, believe inside of the tent you would have just kind of heard the yells from Johan and probably more Bjornhild. I feel like that was when she kind of yelled at him to pick up his weapon and then laughed in his face when he challenged her to brawl with their fists. What is Jim Bao's initial thoughts here as a reaction to this moment in time?
I wouldn't make the first move. I would, I guess, slowly back up towards Trey.
Was that all you're doing at present?
At present, that's all I'm doing.
Would you like to take the dodge action? Would you like to hold an action?
I think I'll hold.
What are you holding? What's your trigger?
If one of these dudes makes a move,
So any hostile action from them, you're going to attack?
yes.
One of the guards just kind of behind Brennick, a little bit southwest of you, Brennick, is just going to kind of mutter off towards some of these other people who are guarding you. Let me get a perception from the three of you in the camp. Brennick, Jinbao, and Trey, please. So Trey, you're going to pick up as they kind of like mutter to each other the first signs that these people do not understand what is happening, but that the commotion on the opposite side of this camp seems to be something that they are not prepared for. And
And when you say on the opposite side of the camp, are you referring to the west?
yes,
Thank you.
at present, this is just your first clue that this is your opportunity, that if you guys were going to take it to a battle, hopefully everybody doesn't die.
Appreciate it.
The soldier to the southeast of Trey is going to raise his sword towards Jin Bao and tell you, stop moving. And then I think that is going to take us to Brennick.
Okay, so Brannick is kind of he's glances towards the you said like kind of our weapons and stuff were held in kind of a pile. About how far away from us?
I think at this point, basically everything is just kind of thrown down on the ground. Um, more or less right where you stood. There's a certain level of, though, with that guy telling Jin Bao to stop moving there, that things have already changed, because previously they were basically inviting you all to partake in their like alcohol and this feast of their recent kill. So this is a little bit more of another clear moment in recognizing that something has changed in this situation, and these people are maybe not panicking, but they don't really know what to make of it and what to make of having you all, quote unquote, kind of captive in the moment either.
Right. So I think Brannick is kind of hoping to maybe use a bit of if they get distracted, maybe either by the fight inside the tent or what's going on elsewhere. He's hoping that he might be able to since he's been deprived of his arcane focus, he's limited in what he can cast, but he's hoping to maybe if he senses a big enough distraction, use his mage hand to scoop up his arcane focus. um so I guess that'd be kind of like, I don't think it'd be too much for him to like scoop it up and bring it back to him as a held action, but essentially he wants to um hold an action to cast mage hand. uh I guess if a fight if a fight breaks out, thinking that might be enough of a distraction that he'd be able to do it.
Gotcha. I feel like that's viable. If it gets to a hostility, you're going to effectively have that one step towards already having your focus in hand.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. And that will take us to Trey.
Yes, DM. After the perception check as well, do I know that these people like worship Arl?
At this point, I don't think any of you know that except for Johan.
Okay, all right, that makes things a lot clearer. So I'm going to look at um, Jimbao, Brannick, um, and oh, they're not here today as well. And I'm just going to say, all right, we're not in combat yet. This is still kind of a turn. I'm going to look at everyone and try and give them the chance to like insight check me if they want, if that's possible. Be like, get ready for shit to go down. Is that possible? But I don't know how that would work mechanically.
You could do a performance or a sleight of hand.
Um, yeah, I guess I'm pretty good like with my hands. So I'm going to just kind of circle around like with my finger and also like give the middle finger, with it. So everyone knows like we're fucked shortly.
So you're trying to convey that you all are fucked?
Like, in a relatively short period of time, like something's about to go down. And if it does, we're in a very bad spot.
Gotcha. I think you are vaguely able to convey this idea, and I think you'll probably recognize from most everyone. As far as things go, I think everybody gets that you all are in a tough spot here.
But now, would that be my action or would that be like my bonus action?
That's definitely an action.
Okay, all right.
You're
And
trying
then
to send a message to the group. That's definitely an action.
okay, cool. I will end my turn.
Yeah, I think another southeast of Jinbao is just going to prepare themselves, drawing a sword and kind of like placing it forward towards Jinbao. Another recognition that like your movement is kind of freaking them out right now.
Jin Bao will turn to Trey and say,
It's not your turn. That's what I mean. Like generic stuff, you guys can talk about like when it's stuff that you can talk about at any given time. But you guys are in the moment. This is part of combat, is that everything is happening in these like fractions of time.
gotcha.
This soldier that Jinbao moved away from is going to kind of close in a little bit towards him. And then I think that is going to take us to Gale. Gale, you are watching this kind of like heated up moment about like 40 or 50 feet south of you all. It's about like a 10 or so foot cliff ahead of you to get down there. And basically, the distraction that you all sent to like hit their sentries off to the northwest, kind of west of this camp, has those sentries kind of like busied, and you all have your kind of into this camp. What would you like to do?
I'm going to say, Marcus, this isn't right. These people need help. And then, from what I perceive, I'm going to hold an action. I'm going to attack if anyone like is hostile towards the unarmed people, I would like to shoot them with an arrow.
Gotcha. Shit. I feel like it was a blizzard before when we got here. I don't
Oh
know
god.
if I wrote that down.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you are this is kind of normal for Icewind Dale. It's almost always a
Yes.
blizzard. It is effectively disadvantage on range shots.
Okay.
That is a certain level of, as long as you are outside, it is often difficult to shoot your bow. It doesn't mean that you can't. It's just an extra hurdle to kind of override. But as far as things go, you are more than welcome to do that. Basically, you are watching these people drawing swords and kind of like raising swords towards people who are not armed at present. You see none of them have actual weapons. And it makes them a little bit easier to distinguish there, but you can most certainly hold that action in
Okay,
preparation.
If I actually see them actually raising their weapons towards these people, then I actually would just is this an enemy right here?
Yep, that is one of them. Yep.
Okay. Well then I would shoot. Oh, go ahead and shoot then if they're actually raising their weapons.
Yeah, so right now, I feel like you've got raised weapons from these four individuals. I think those are the ones that have basically raised their weapons already.
Okay.
But you are more than welcome to, again, you can pretty much see of these four, none of them.
Okay. And they're within range of me, so.
Yeah, if you've got a longbow.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm never going to have a map that is not within range for you.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire and with the disadvantage, and we'll see what happens. Oh,
And still
nice.
at that closest target, solid.
Yeah. No, I was looking at this dude that has his sword raised.
Okay. Why is it two different?
Cause I don't know. That's weird, right?
My
Yeah,
brother does
you
this.
have forced crit on, so neither of those are actual
Oh.
crits.
Okay.
It just
Cool.
shows it as a crit. But a
Okay.
17 will hit because it's a 27 still. If
Okay.
you click where it says longbow in roll 20, that will roll the damage. Otherwise, just roll the damage anytime like it doesn't show the damage with it.
Okay.
So it will do 6 as it hits them.
Okay. Let me take off first crit. How do I take that off?
You might have set it while you were trying to set it to always roll damage and crit. One of the other options is like it's I think it really is called forced crits, where everything counts as a crit.
Okay, I took that off. Perfect. That's me. I'm staying back here.
I believe you should have a second arrow
Oh
because you're no
snap! I
longer holding an
do.
action. Yep.
Cool. I do have 2 attacks.
That person will be in a bloodied condition. They are clearly under half hit points after that hit.
Okay. Why does it keep doing that though?
That'll be another hit. If you click it again, that will roll the damage for you.
Okay, there we go.
And that will kill that person.
Uh, and then I'm gonna kind of yell over here to kind of cause a distraction.
You can certainly yell out. It's not necessarily going to be as effective since you've kind of already taken your action, but you can certainly try to make some noise.
Okay. Cool. That's it.
Johan, what is your dexterity?
13.
Gotcha. You will be next up in initiative order. What would you like to do?
The cat is blocking the exit of the hut entirely, correct?
It is indeed.
And is the cat's focus into the hut and us, or is it out of the hut towards the others?
In 5e, that doesn't matter, but its face is out of the hut. You basically have the ass end of the cat. But if you
Right.
run to the cat, that doesn't stop it from being able to attack you if you try to escape.
Right. But even trying to escape would be quite difficult because it's blocking the entire tent, right?
You can certainly try.
Well, no, it's time to get it on. Let's see. Call on your dark god as ye will, Bjornhild, for Valkyr has come to take his vengeance. Cast Spirit Guardians.
It's a 20-foot radius.
15.
And I believe that's at the start of their turn or when they first move into it. Do you have any... I don't think you have a bonus action, right?
Spiritual weapon, and I'm going to cast that at level 2.
You can't cast the second spell, though.
Got it. Do I happen to be right on top of another weapon lying on the ground?
You could free action pick your mace up, yes. Recognition that it was a poor idea to try to fight her with your fists.
Well, mother, never did fight fair. Yeah, I'll pick up. I'll snatch up my mace. Yeah, and then I'm engaged with her, right? So there's no point in trying to move away from her.
Yeah. At this point, as far as I'm going, her surprise or her round was certainly not letting you that freedom. I think I have the person who is closest to the north is going to kind of spin around at this arrow flying by and in a moment start muttering a few words before they are going to create like icy tendrils and spikes that are going to start shooting up out of the ground beneath the two of you on that northern edge. I think I need a strength saving throw from you. From Gale as well as Marcus, please. Yeah, so that's not going to restrain either of you, but that is difficult terrain that you are currently in, as this ice tries to like reach up and grasp at your ankles, and like it tries to almost like spear through your feet and through your body. That person's just going to disappear behind one of the tents and out of that initial view. And then, God, there's no good way for this. I'm going to have the ethereal barkeep steal away Valixis because I can't kill Rashad while he's not here. And I'm sorry, Brennick, if that turns you into more of a target.
Nope. I mean, if he's not here, yeah, that's kind of no worries.
I think he's going to run right past Brennick, and he's going to slash out at Trey. Big old 10. I don't believe he can hit, as he just kind of strikes for you, going wide with a 13 to hit. I don't even think that ever comes close to you. And it's gonna go to, I think that will be Marcus.
Sweet. You said
actually, my bad. Yep, that will be Marcus.
So you said we're about 10 feet up on this cliff?
Yeah, the cliff itself is like a 10-foot cliff.
Cool. And from 10 feet up, do I have line of sight on that caster who hit us before?
No, that person is gone from your view.
Okay. Cool, thank you. Sorry about this, Gale. I'm worried about that cat. I'm going to cast Hex on the cat.
It's not even an associated save, right? That's auto.
I don't know why it just rolled twice. I think because I selected it as a pact. So Hex, I will deal that damage if deal that amount of damage whenever I hit it with an attack. And so I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast for my action at it.
The 9 will miss.
Okay.
I believe you should have 2 Eldritch. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
No, I don't. And I will attempt to. No, yeah, I'll move off the difficult terrain and forwards a bit. And that will be my move. Staying up on the cliff. Am I still connected?
No, you're good. I'm just filling in like the last
Okay.
10 NPCs.
Cool. Thanks. Sorry.
Missing 1 tribal warrior.
When it gets that quiet, I think the same thing about like, did my audio go out?
Push to talk sucks for a lot of reasons. Not the least bit is I cannot usually do anything useful while it is pressed. But did I mention I have a pet peeve about hearing people sneeze and cough?
I believe that may have been mentioned. I like its use of just being able to control the setting. because sometimes it can just become overcrowded, like you're in an actual tavern.
That's definitely one of the things I like about it. I use it as like raising your hand. That's one of my favorite things about using it. But one of the other things is like my shift key basically mutes everybody else, and allows me to be like, hey, calm down, and call on somebody when everybody's talking at once. Most games don't get to that, but there's definitely times. So yeah, I think this is where it's going to kick off, as this soldier who is immediately northeast of Jim Bao is going to watch as one of his friends get slain. They are going to strike out at Jin Bao. That will proc your held action, Jin Bao, and that will proc Brannick picking up his focus. So they will miss you, Jin Bao. You can take your opportunity attack there. So solid hit into them from you responding, Jinbao. The tiger is going to run out and it is going to bite into Brennick. I guess it's going to leap on him. I don't know if it's moving far enough. Yeah. It's going to bite into you, Brennick. With a 20 to hit.
I'm going to shield that.
So proc and shield around yourself. The tiger is just going to kind of bounce off of this magical bear.
You know what? I don't think I can, because I think I used my held action. That's a reaction, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Good call.
So
much appreciated.
Yeah. So yeah, 20 will hit.
May I use my reaction for Cloud Room?
If it's a reaction that you can use, sure. What's it do?
Posted roll 20, as well as when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to invoke the rune and choose a different creature within 30 feet of you other than the attacker. The chosen creature becomes the target of attack using the same roll.
Who's it attacking?
It is going to attack this clansman right here.
I fucking hate Tasha so much. Just bites that guy's head off.
I just wanted to mention that I think the cat started its turn inside the Spirit Guardian's radius.
Oh yeah. What is it? A wisdom saving throw?
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wisdom. Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw. I don't think radiant matters, but roll 3d8. Another one of the casters is going to. This is where push to talk stopping it. Another one of the casters is going to create the same like ice structures that kind of grow up out of the ground and try to entangle the three of you. Let me get a, what did I say, dexterity saving throw from Trey, Brennick, and Jimbao.
I think you said it was strength.
So oh yeah, we would take the first roll anyways. It only gets
Copy
better.
that.
Brennick, you are going to be restrained as the ice kind of grows up around your ankles, and is going to freeze you into place.
Gotcha.
Another one is going to step forward from the south, and muttering a few words, is going to raise its arm out towards you. Mage Slayer. Nope, you have no reaction. Excellent. He is going to cast Thunder Wave as there's a blast of magical force, and I need a Saving throw from Jinbao and Trey. What is it? I think Constitution saving throw, please. Each of you will take 11 thunder damage as it kind of like shudders through your bodies as this creature kind of reaches out towards you. And I think another one is going to come up and do the exact same thing. So another Constitution saving throw from Trey and Jinbao. Jinbao will take 12. Trey, you're going to take 6 on that one. Another warrior is going to strike out at... I don't think it is. I think it's going to move over and strike for Brennick. Big ol' miss.
Does he have advantage because I'm restrained?
Touche. Still gonna miss with a 9. And then Bjorn is going to strike into Johan. So wisdom saving throw. I think that's gonna break you. What's your DC at these days? I've got you as a 15. So what is it?
No,
3d8?
my wisdom?
She makes a wisdom, but your spell DC is a 15.
Yes.
Gotcha. Roll 3d8 for me.
Is that my damage?
Bam. So as she kind of wades through the Guardians, she is going to raise her axe to cut you down. And as she kind of raises the axe on high, you are going to hear as she calls for Aurel's blessing to enchant her with the power to strike you down, and her axe is going to start to like drip with water as it freezes, and it just becomes kind of like covered in tiny little icicles and shards of glass like ice. Her attack will be a 13 to hit. I think that's a miss.
Yeah, that's a miss.
And then she's going to crit you.
Oof.
And that's not going to be good.
Okay, and I can't inspiration my way out of that.
No, that's an auto. Can't fix a 1 and you can't fix a 20. So it is going to do this plus 4 slashing, 27 slashing to you, and then 4d10 of cold for a total of 40 damage. And I think you will then have a DC 20 Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration.
What was the challenge?
DC 20.
Oof.
That was quite literally, like, I think the biggest thing about how this fight would go is whether she would pull off a crit. And the first attack is definitely not the time to do it.
All right. Wrath of the Storm. I'll use one Wrath of the Storm. Dexterity saving throw or 2d8.
What's that? Your reaction?
It's a feature, right? Yeah, it's a reaction.
So she's got a dexterity saving throw. I think she'll fail that. And you're doing how much?
2d8. Thunder.
Roll them.
It was nice sailing with you, shipmates.
Another soldier is going to close in on Jinbao and strike out at you. Big ol' miss, and it will go to Jinbao. Are you there, Don? Who are you striking out?
You gotta take yourself off mute.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The guy directly to my east.
Gotcha. First strike will hit for 5. Second strike is going to miss.
And then I will spend 1 key to do Fury of Blows for 2 additional unarmed strikes on my bonus action.
Who are you attacking with those?
Same guy.
I believe the 5th one is not an actual attack, but the 4th one will hit. So you'll have 2 total hits out of those strikes.
Yep, correct.
One more warrior is going to close in on Brennick, slashing out at you. Will miss.
He has advantage.
That one will hit.
I will. Oh no, it hasn't gone around to my turn yet. Never
Yep,
mind.
you don't have it yet.
Reaction.
He's gonna do 9 piercing damage as he stabs into you. Next one is between Brennick and Trey. He's gonna go for Trey. Big ol' miss. And that's gonna take it to Brennick.
Okay, is Brennick able to, since he had the Mage Hand axe, is he able to retrieve his arcane focus with his free action? Is it close enough?
As far as I'm concerned, yes, you can 100% do that as a free action.
Okay, so he'll grab the orb and kind of restrained, but seeing this tiger having almost bit his head off, or he is going to splay out his fingers and kind of just like muttering like we're in the shit now. He's going to cast Burning Hands, hoping to hit the nomad directly to his left and the cat, and he's 100%. Going to use his portent to give the cat a 7 on its saving throw.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna just cast it at I'm gonna cast it at 2nd level, so keep a couple 1st level slots open for shield if I might need them.
Great damage, dude.
Thanks. And Braddock's also gonna like look towards Trey, thankfully, seeing the redirected attack from the cat. But that's gonna be it for him. I assume it would be an action to try to break out of the restraint, right?
That is correct, yep.
Okay. Yep, so that's it for Brannick.
And that's going to take us to Trey as you singe the one person who's immediately to your west. They're just going to completely cook. And then the tiger is burned, but otherwise not really showing any damage.
Okay, and 1 second here, please. Yes. So our weapons, we gave them up, or we dropped them. Are they right in front of us, or are they in front of me directly? Would it be a free action to pick it up?
It's probably a little bit more than that, but you can definitely rearm yourself and have an action. I'm going to say probably at this point it needs to be like a bonus and a free action to grab one weapon.
Okay, all right. But my fist would still be considered a weapon, right?
I'm pretty sure you deal 1 damage with your fists.
Oh, really? I thought just the standard like hit with the fist was like 1d4.
It's 1 damage. Monks have a special ability that they do damage, and tabaxi. If you ever saw a tabaxi, they have claws.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Just as an aside, if there's a rule that impacts weapon attacks, fists are not considered weapons for like 2-weapon fighting.
Okay, thank you. You all have been wonderful and have answered many questions that I needed. Okay, so we're gonna spend, I guess, our bonus action and our free action to go ahead and pick up our Warhammer. And we will go ahead and make an attack on the. Sorry, we're going to make an attack on the Nomad to the south here.
Southwest of you.
Okay, yes, southwest.
Go for it.
I am sorry, I don't know why D&D Beyond is rolling so many dice at once.
So that's going to miss. And
Okay,
do you have a
I'm
second
gonna
attack yet? I don't think you have a second attack yet.
no, but I am going to action surge.
Attacking the same person again?
Yes.
At 13 as well will miss.
Okay, well, I guess that. Yep, that's my turn.
Warrior southeast of Trey is going to strike out for him. Should hit with an 18 and will do 7 piercing damage to you. And it will go to Gale.
My AC is a 19.
Not at Trey. Southeast of Jimbao.
Oh, I'm taking the damage. How much?
Yes. 7 damage. My apologies. Trying not to take forever on the NPCs. What would Gale like to do? You see this battle kind of wreaking havoc all to the south of you. You are inside of this little ice trap, and that particular target who cast it has disappeared. But you see this battle kind of going to at the south.
Do I need to re-roll anything since I am starting my turn in this box, or can I just simply step out of it?
Effectively, at this point, it's difficult terrain, so it takes 10 movement to get like 1 to the east. But once you're
Okay.
outside of it, and I think you also have like a jump as a tabaxi, so you can probably jump yourself out as well. But effectively, it's just difficult terrain once you're there.
Okay. So I can just stay here then. It's not gonna hurt me. And I forgot that I have Wordbreaker. So if I attack this guy, can I attack this guy as well?
Yeah, that's going to be again one of those things where those buildings are technically blocking your views from those things. I would
Ah,
say you could move
like right here.
like yeah, you just have to I think you probably have to go if not to the farthest western side of it. Yeah, I was going to say probably do 30 feet to move 15 feet to the west, and you've got a line of sight on that. But yeah, your Horde Breaker could 100% shoot the northern one and use the Horde Breaker to shoot the southern one, or you can shoot the southern one and use the Horde Breaker to shoot the northern one.
Okay. I can move. That far probably because it's difficult terrain. Okay,
Your
cool.
movement's 30 though. I think you should
Oh
be able to move
yeah, it is.
today.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Thank you. Okay. So I am attacking. Boop doop.
So
Does a
just
14?
against the northern one,
Yes, against the northern one. Does a 14 hit him?
14 will hit. Roll the damage,
Awesome. Ignore that
and that's
crit
going to
damage.
kill them. So you can do your Horde Breaker on the next target.
Okay, awesome, awesome.
15 is going to miss.
Sad. All right.
But you should have
Uh,
one more attack, and if you'd like, you can shoot that same target.
I would love to. And I got 15 again, so okay, that's me.
Oh yeah, my bad. The 11 technically was the miss too, because it's disadvantaged too. But yeah, 15
Yeah.
is there as well. And that should take us to Johan.
Whoop. Johann casts command at Bjornhild and tries to get her to grovel. I will use 5 of my inspiration.
Alrighty. You are more than certain that she is listening to your command.
Oh, but she hasn't moved yet. I'm trying to. Okay, so I can't disengage and head towards the entrance of the hut in the same action, or as a reaction to her falling.
I don't believe she has to listen to your command until it is her turn. And that's why I say you are relatively certain that she is listening to your command. But I don't think you have any way of knowing it until she actually does it.
Okie dokie. Well, in that case, I mean, I can still. What are the rules for disengaging? I mean, I know she gets a swing at me, but how much movement do I have?
Oh, it's your full movement.
Okay, I'm gonna disengage and get out of the tent, and then it's difficult, or then am I immediately engaged with the cat?
Yeah, I don't think you can move out of the tent without bumping into the cat.
How does that look?
Seems about right. As you step away from her, she is going to swipe out at you. 21 should hit. And she is going to do 6 slashing and 15 more cold.
All right, I don't make it.
Is this within 30 feet of me?
He's inside of the tent. You can't see it.
Is the, I mean, are the drapes closed? Like, I mean, would have a direct line.
Yes, that does indeed. When the cat walks out, you can't see inside of the tent. It's in Arctic. They do not have open doors. From the north, one of the fighters is going to move south, and as they raise up their arm, they're going to form like a tree that almost starts to grow out of their hand and swing down to try to crush into Jimbao. A big ol' miss. And it's going to go to Marcus.
Awesome. It looks like the tent is now blocking my line of sight on the cat. So
Yeah, you would have to kind of move eastward to gain sight back on the cat.
Marcus is
Not too much, though.
going to jump down off the cliff.
Roll a dexterity saving throw. You land. It counts as difficult terrain to get there, but otherwise no like extreme effect. So you've got like what 20 more movement.
Cool. Yeah, one more step, and I will, keeping my hex up. I'm going to cast Hexblade's. Sorry, no, never mind. Has to be within 30 feet. No, I'll move a little bit closer. How far away do I have to get? Cool. So I'll move. That should be sufficient. I'll cast Hexblade's Curse as well. And we'll hit with another, hopefully hit with another Eldritch Blast. Oof.
Another big ol' miss.
Whiff.
Hexblade's Curse is an action anyways, though. You can't actually cast one afterwards.
Oh, I see that. Sorry, I thought it was a bonus action.
Next warrior is dead. And it'll go to the cat. And it's going to try to attack Brennick again with a 18 to hit.
I'll shield that one.
Sorry, DM, just so you know, in D&D Beyond, it's Hexblade's Curse is a bonus action.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't change that it's still a miss.
Yep.
I was just going off, it says action at the top of Hexblade's Curse when you posted it to the screen.
Yep, cool.
Another one of these casters is going to do a similar thing. As they kind of raise their fist up to the sky, it's going to grow like a tree branch before bringing it down on Jinbao with a, I think that's an 11. I think it's still a miss. 16 AC, yeah. Another one is south of Brennick is going to try to smash into Brannick with a 15. It's a big ol' miss.
Is that a spell?
Yes, it is. You can take your opportunity. And you will fail to hit. And I think the last one is going to come up to Brennick and do the same thing. That one should hit with a 21. And it's going to deal a solid 3 damage to you. The warrior to the east is going to strike out at Brennick. 15 will miss.
I'm still restrained, so he still has advantage.
Still a miss. And with that, Brunhild is going to drag the body of Johann towards the outside. And it's gonna go to another soldier striking out at Jimbao with a 16. That's your AC. And it's going to do 6 piercing damage to Jimbao. And then it is on you, Jimbao.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention that with the unarmed strikes, between
You got your
turns.
+2 AC.
Yeah, and I don't remember if that was.
You got a hit, so I think that's all it takes. Oh wait, you got a burn key for that, don't you?
No, that's just a bonus of like if I make an unarmed strike, um, it's active until the beginning of my next turn.
All right, it's up to you. Go on ahead. What would you like to do?
Uh, Well, that would make my AC 18. That's all I'm saying.
That's why I said it's on your turn. You don't have to take the damage. But
Okay, yeah. Then I am striking out to the guy east of me again.
first one will miss, second one will hit. And I think that will take him to the bloodied condition.
I'm gonna spend 1 key for stunning strike.
And his muscles will freeze up.
Then I will attack the guy with my bonus action, and I will burn 1 more key for freer blows to the guy, my northeast.
So you're going to flurry the guy northeast of you.
Correct.
Solid hit.
And that will be it for me.
Shoot, we just lost Gale.
Between Brennick and Trey. Yeah, I think this one's going to attack Brennick. Should hit with a 21, dealing 2 piercing damage to you, and it will go to you, Brennick.
All right. Brennick seeing the kind of still surrounded, he's going to and still kind of unable to move, is going to splay out his hands again, hoping to direct another burning hands at the caster to his southeast. And I guess if he does that, he's going to hit Trey.
Hit me.
Did Brennick notice which of these casters cast the spell that created this terrain?
Did your DM notice which one? We can say it's the one southeast of you.
Okay. Yeah, so I think in that case I am going to cast a Mind Spike, the caster to my south. Sorry, never mind. Actually, I'm still most worried about that cat. So I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna cast a 2nd level magic missile at the cat.
Magic Missile is an incredible spell to drop concentration, but you can definitely rip into that cat.
Yeah. He
It's
wants to
taking a
move.
lot of punishment, and it's still not looking bloodied, though, is one of the things.
Yeah, you're right. He wants to try and get some movement. So yeah, he will. Thinking maybe it's the one to his southwest. He'll turn and cast the magic missile on him instead.
Wait, I said southeast.
Oh, southeast. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Gotcha. I don't really remember which one I even cast it with, but I just wanted to tell you it's one in particular. Okay, you're going for the Mind Spike? Oh, wait. Spike? Magic Missile? So can he even survive 4 magic missiles?
It's like it'd be 19 damage all told.
He is mortally wounded after that attack as they drop into him, and he will lose concentration.
All right, but not knowing the cat's at my back, I'm gonna hold my ground there, and that'll be Braddock's turn.
And I will take it to Trey.
Okay, I'm gonna try and finish off this one to the southeast of me.
Solid hit. And that will decimate them.
Wow.
Any movement?
No, but for bonus action, I'll go ahead and use Giant's Might, and should have done that prior, but he's dead anyway. And just make myself a big old boy.
All right, where are you going to move to?
Oh, I wasn't going to move. I was going to stay right there.
You can't stay right there. You will take damage from being in space with the other creatures. You can
4
go big
times.
old boy just right down there.
Wait, okay. All right, yeah, sure. Did not know I would take damage for growing right there.
Ending your turn in other creature spaces. Like, pretty much everybody will take damage.
Oh, I thought as a large creature, you're able to stand in the same space above another creature.
I will check on it at some point, but I believe no. I think you still have to end your turn. I think some small creatures can stop, like hidden with big creatures, but that's like their ability.
Heard that? All right, I will end my turn.
One of these warriors is going to strike out at Trey with his spear, and they will miss, and it will go to Gale. We are still missing Gale.
It looks like she had to go. I think she's gone. She left a message in the Discord saying she had to go. Her husband's having car trouble.
Oh, gotcha. Very unfortunate. Let me get a D20 from Larry, you're still here, right?
Yep.
You get to play an archer for a little bit here. Nope,
Oh.
nope, not on that yet. I don't know if you know much about like the Horde Breaker, like the Hunter Ranger, but effectively right now Gale has 2 shots. One of those shots, if there's a creature next to their target, they can shoot an extra shot at that target. So if you shot, like currently she was sniping away at the druids, if you shoot the northern druid, you can get a free shot at the southern druid with your bonus action, and then you can put another shot into whichever of those druids is or is not alive afterwards. But if you would like, you can roll that die. It's basically 3d20. So the first 2. Let's see. The 15 is going to miss. The 14 will hit. I think she's doing a d8 damage plus 5. So roll a d8. So 7 damage to the first one. Let's see. So the northern one is oh shit, technically she's still at disadvantage. Roll another d20 for me. Or 2 more d20.
Ugh.
Alright, and then roll 2 more d20. The 16 from that 6 at disadvantage will hit. So that will do that 7 damage to the other druid. And that will leave that one mortally wounded. And then it's going to go to Johan, where you can pass 2 death saving throws. And then it's going to go to one of those druids south of Brennick. Nope, you already passed them. You already rolled them.
Oh, hurrah. Thank you.
I'm not going to make you try again. Yeah, I think this druid is going to raise her hand up and do another thunder wave into like directly kind of south and east of her, into Trey. Another Constitution saving throw, Trey. You will take 6 more thunder damage. And then that's going to take us to Marcus.
I don't think Thunderwave is directed. I think it's everyone within 15 feet.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cube, but it's in front of your hand. So it is basically thunder waving.
Oh,
Damn,
okay.
it's a 9x9 though, or a 3x3. It's like their only offensive spell, and I don't want them to just kill off all of the lackeys. Are you currently there, Marcus?
I am. I was just waiting for you to finish off explanation and talking. I'm going to go with another Eldritch Blast
Into the cat still?
into the cat. One of these times it's going to hit.
That is going to miss again.
Jeez. Can't roll for shit. And that will be my turn.
Keeps rolling for you, Brannick. One more bite attack at you. With a, I think that's an 18.
I'm gonna shield that one as well. Pretty sure it's come back around to me since the last time I used it, right?
Yeah, I think you shielded against the tiger, so it definitely has. This is the druid northeast of Brennick. Or not Brennick, of Jimbao. So they are going to, I think they are going to entangle the ground again. As they start to mutter their words of power, they're going to start to freeze, and you're going to see as the ice grasps out at the 3 of you. And give me a strength saving throw from the 3 of you. Poor Brannick. All because he's giant. The other one is just to the east of Jimbao. Is just going to strike at you with that wooden limb. That will hit with a 21.
Wasn't he stunned?
Oh, that's a stunned one? Word. And it's gonna go to Tribal Warrior east of Brennick. He's gonna strike out at Brennick. 16 is going to miss you. And then Bjornhild is going to come out of the tent with the body of Johan. And as she raises this ice axe into the sky, holding it up to his neck, she's going to tell all of you, enough is enough. You were offered your safety, and you could not accept that. Our combat has gone, and it will end. I claim my son. You are all free to go and die in the wastes, as Arl decides. If you continue with this folly, none will leave this place. And the next of the warriors to the south of Jimbao is going to hold their spear kind of at the ready. And it's going to go to you, Jimbao. What are you thinking?
What say you, Brannick?
So you can ask him that. He'll have to wait towards his turn. Are you doing anything else? Would you like to take a dodge action, hold anything? What are you thinking?
Yeah, we'll do the hold attack again.
All right, so it still looks rather offensive for you to like prepare to attack somebody. If you say, "What say you, Brennick?" You're still like muscles tensed about to attack someone.
Well, then I guess I would stand down.
All right, if you
Realizing,
stand down, the dodge action is definitely the way to go there.
all right, I'll take the dodge, and then that will be my turn.
Oh, that sneaky fucking guy. And it'll go to you, Brennick. What would you like to do?
So Brannick seeing Bjornhild dragging out Johann and not sure if he's dead or alive at this point, and seeing they're still kind of surrounded. Yeah, and that giant cat right there. He's gonna kind of like kind of look a little almost apologetically towards Johann's limp body, and then kind of nod his head, kind of starting to hold his arms out at like almost like not a surrender, but like hold up kind of motion, and very well, I'll stand down, and yeah, that'll be his turn. He'll take the dodge action as his action, but otherwise he's just trying to sort of take her off Bjornhild's offer, even though he's not happy about it.
Trey following suit.
Yeah. I'll follow suit. I'll not happy about it, but I'll take the dodge action.
It would effectively get around to where it's up to Gale to do it. Technically, this is now currently Larry for the moment here. But Larry, um, I feel like we should finish the actual round of combat and see if everything ends here. But do you actually want to say what you, Larry, think about this situation? Um, do you have a preference? We vaguely talked about some of the outcomes of all of this, but where do you kind of sit right now?
Well, my feeling is that if I can guarantee, that like, yeah, sure. If the party can survive, I think the party should survive. And so therefore, I think standing down, Bjornhild's given them safe passage. Johann is undoubtedly going to get flayed alive, but
So yeah, if Gale basically kind of holds where they are at present, um, I'm not going to have you actually roll another death save with Johann. Um, and then it's gonna go to Marcus. Kind of last moment here. Are you holding off on everything as you see this figure kind of being offered up?
Well, Marcus sees a person down who looked to be unarmed, that cannot stand. So he would rush forward and would lay on hands.
When you start to move, she is going to cut his head off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, oh, sorry.
oh, I didn't have a way out of it. I'm much happier to have my head cut off than ended up like that guy in Midsummer.
So if the moment I start moving, she did that, then I would stop over here and attack her.
Gotcha. Go for it.
And that will be with longsword.
That is a solid hit. If you click where it says longsword in pink, you can roll the damage.
That's weird. Oh, 10. Got it. $10 damage.
Anything else from me?
That's it.
Alrighty. So, when he moves and strikes at Brunhild, there's going to be a group of attacks that are going to happen here. So to the east of Brennick, that warrior is going to strike out at Brennick. They will crit and deal 16 piercing damage to you. Let's see. To the northeast of Trey, that warrior is going to strike out at Trey. 16 will miss. And then I think another druid is going to try to club a Brennick with a 19.
I think his
Oh,
shield
my
is
bad.
still up.
Those are straights too. Okay, the
Yeah.
20 was still the crit. No, you shouldn't have shield there because you already had your turn.
Did you take the dodge action?
The 8 though. No, it's still the 15, so that is still a hit though from the druid.
Oh, okay. I thought shield lasted till the beginning of my next, till my
But
next
you
turn.
shielded from the cat. And then when it gets back around to your turn, you can cast it again. You shielded the cat's attack. And then when it goes, you're at the top of the initiative order. So your shield.
Oh, when I
when you
took that
start your
dodge
turn.
action. Got it. Yep, you're right.
Yeah. And the reason why those are hits is because they have advantage against you, but they have disadvantage because of that. So it's still just a straight attack. So the 20 and the 15 are the attacks that matter. But with the shillelagh, it's going to deal 8 bludgeoning damage to you. And I think those are the held actions there. That will get us back up to the cat. Is Brennick still standing?
He's looking bad, but he's still up.
Let's see if the cat can continue to roll to attack you. The cat is going to step away from you, Brennick. Any reaction that you want to punch it or something?
I don't think I ever actually picked up my dagger, so I don't have that.
Yeah, I didn't really think so, but it's gonna bite out at Marcus. I think a 14 is a miss against Marcus. Another druid north of northeast of Jimbao at disadvantage will miss. And then the other druid east of Jimbao at disadvantage will miss. And it's back around to Brunhild. And she is going to. What was that? I kind of heard somebody say something. I did not catch it though. Brunhild is going to strike out at Marcus with her first attack. Should hit with a 22. It's going to deal... Shield, what's your AC at then?
Hang on. My AC is
Isn't that 21?
23.
Dear Lord. This is why people ban Shield. And she's going to crit you with her next attack. And it's going to be 18 slashing and then 18 cold damage.
So 36 total?
36 total.
Ouch! Hellish Review. Oh, I used my reaction.
And then let's see, this last of the warriors is going to strike out at Trey with a miss, and it will go to Jinbao.
All right, I guess we're doing this till we're riding and dying, I guess. Attack the guy to the northeast. Actually, I think my longsword was in the space to the northwest of me, where the dead guy
Yeah, I
is.
think you're stuck without any hands, or without any weapons. You're all open hand.
Okay, then open hand it is.
I mean, otherwise you can move back to where you were and pick stuff up, but that is going to be a miss. That one as well will miss.
Then I'll do the bonus on arm strike.
And that one will strike. Warrior to the east of Brennick is going to try to strike out at you with a 21 to hit.
Yep.
And it's going to do 4 more piercing damage to you. And then it's on you, Brennick.
All right, Brannick is looking mortally wounded at this point. He's barely on his feet. He's kind of like slumping down, even though the ice is holding him in place. And it's like, fly, you fools, to the east. And as he does that, he's going to hold out his hands, and he's going to his east, he's going to cast a fireball, aiming it to have the kind of the edges of it hit these 3 nomads just to the right of Jinbao.
You should have access to the fireball from the spells, and you can place it. Like right underneath characters, there's allies and spells in the journal. Excellent.
Okay, but I just can't move it once I've placed it.
Oh, really? That makes no sense.
Never mind. I was on the measuring. That's why I wasn't doing it.
Yeah. Okay. But that's what you were looking for, basically? Just the east of Jinbao?
Essentially hoping the others can get away, and I don't want to hit any of my party, so that's about as good as I can do.
I mean, I feel like you should nuke that whole fucking battlefield right now. You could hit, like,
I could bring
everybody.
you guys back if you do it. I say do it.
You could hit 2 of your friendly PCs and every enemy except for 1 druid.
Yeah,
the storm.
Yeah, we're all fucked anyway. So, yeah, I think Brannick would, hoping to warn them that it's coming, he would do that instead. So he would place it.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, it's basically a save from Jinbao and Marcus. Does Marcus look bloodied right now? Like, are you under half hit points?
Oh, Marcus is fucked.
All right, maybe that's not nearly as good of an idea.
Go for it. Fine.
I mean,
Do it.
I mean, if we stay here, we're dead.
I think one of the things that is key about this moment is big things do need to happen to change this like fast.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think that you guys are far away from turning this like heavily into your side, but like you've been sinking a lot of attacks into the druids. They have high AC but aren't very effective. You guys are trying to kill like one of the least dangerous things on the battlefield. Um Bjornhild can almost one-shot any given one of you guys at any time.
so if I cast it there, that would just, I think, then mean Jinbao needs to make a save. And I think, is
Yeah,
that
he's
enough to hit the
probably
cat?
pretty safe. Yeah, the cat's in that.
Okay, and actually, I'm going to use my
I was gonna
portent,
say, do you have
actually,
portent still?
to give Jinbao a 17 on his dex save roll.
So Jimbao will take half then. Um you do not have evasion though. That's next level, I feel like, that you'll gain evasion where you would take none. So you'll take, what's that, 17 damage for the half. So we will go with the tiger. We'll take half. And that will put it in the bloodied condition. Let's see. Northern Druid first, but the two druids under it. One is going to die who passed it. The one who failed it is going to die. And then Eastern first of the two soldiers. I don't even think they can survive, even if, what is it, maximum hit points? I don't think it's 17. Their maximum hit points is 18 hit points. So just like 2 and 2 here. Oh, there were 2 8s. Yeah, so those two are going to die as well. So action economy wise, you have heavily turned it towards you all. And it's going to go to Trey.
Okay.
And I think that'll actually free Brennick, because I feel like the guy who cast it on you. Damn, I should have fucking marked it. I feel like he's actually the one west of you, my bad. No, he thunderwaved. I think it was one of the ones that you just killed that had the. My bad, Trey. I think the entangle is going to be gone.
Okay, Brennick's not going to move on this turn, though.
Am I good to go?
100%. Kill some big shit.
Um. Okay. All right. I'm still deciding on whether just to grab these two boys and flee. But we are down to just these two guys. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna finish. Wait, can I? This is a building, right? To my left or my east, west? Sorry.
I feel like that's just like a rug. I feel like that's like a bear hide. I think all of the buildings are those circle like yurts.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take a step forward. And I'm going to the gentleman to my north and the mage to my west. Does either one of them look damaged?
Neither.
Okay. Well, we're gonna attack the soldier to the north, and actually, you know what? We're going to pump 10 of our. Actually, you know what? We're going to give it all to you, bud. We're going to give Brannick 15 points of lay on hands.
Solid.
And
Any bonus action?
uh, deciding to change everything for I think we can do this. And uh, you know what? Shield of Faith, that's a bonus action. And I will go ahead and cast that on. No, I can only cast it on myself. So I'll go ahead and cast that on me.
Why only on yourself?
Oh, I thought it was only like a self action spell. Then, oh, that's not. I'll go ahead and put that on Brannick.
Gotcha. So, Brennick, you've got Shield of Faith, and you can take those 15 hit points.
Get up! And yeah, that's the end of my turn.
And that should take us to Larry as Gale. Didn't really give you the option to do anything with the archer. So if you want to take an extra shot, like is the at the cat when it like ran after Marcus, I feel like that's kind of a viable thing right here. If you just take one shot into the Sabretooth. 22 will hit, and it's a D8 plus 5. So now then, at the start of your turn, what would you like to do with Gale? Is this all kind of like reunites here? The cat is bloodied. You can't quite see who Marcus is fighting, but Marcus is bloodied. And I think you can probably pick up one other target that is basically just north of Trey and east of Brennick. But I think that's probably the line that you can more or less normally see down. But I think if you moved to the east, you would be able to gain a sight on the Tiger and Brunhild and be able to shoot like the two of them. And again, your Horde Breaker is for shooting stuff that's next to each other.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was thinking of shifting over to
Yeah,
about
that looks good to me. So the decision I think that you kind of want to make is like your first attack is it doesn't really matter. You can kind of shoot both of them, but which one ends up being your primary target? But which one do you want to shoot with your first arrow?
The one that I'd like to make my primary target is Brunhild.
Gotcha. So again, these are still at disadvantage. So technically, yeah, just roll 2d20 for this attack. Let's ignore that on that first hit on the cat. And then a roll against the cat here. So 2 more d20. 12. I think that actually hits the cat. I think it's a not one. Yep, so that will hit. So roll a d8. So 11 more. The cat is going to be severely wounded, or mortally wounded. And then you've got one more arrow here. You can try to go for a kill on the cat, or you can try to put one into Brunhild.
I'll try to kill the cat.
Excellent. 2 more d20. You pretty much need a hit. And that's going to do it. How do you kill a saber-toothed tiger? Where do you aim?
Oh, right into the neck.
So it's this tiger's like biting down to chomp into Marcus's throat, or like onto Marcus's head, like right down its mouth, right out of its neck. An arrow just pierces through, and it's going to fall down in a heap of bloody meat. And I think that's gonna take to the last druid. I want a thunder wave so bad. I think it's going to move away from you, Brennick. Any reaction from you?
This one I'll punch out.
Punch it. Because you're about to get Thunderwave, and I think you know it. Solid strike. I think you just do, yeah, it's plus your strength.
Yeah, 1 plus my strength modifier.
And then I need a con save from Trey and from Brennick.
Damn.
So both of you will take max damage there, the 14 thunder. And I need a constitution saving throw from Trey. This is the maintain concentration. It's just DC 10. And you will maintain concentration. And then that will take us to Marcus.
I would like to use my reaction to attack with Forecaster, or
Go
sorry,
for it.
Mage Slayer. Haven't hit
And it will miss.
anything tonight. Haven't hit a thing.
Marcus, what would you like to do? The cat has fallen before you. This woman is still kind of standing before you with that axe.
So my bonus action, I will move my hex over to her.
Oh yeah, and I think you gain 6 hit points when the cat dies.
I took it. Yeah, I took those 6 hit points. I'll move my hex over to her, and I will hit her, or try at least to hit her with my longsword.
That is a solid hit.
I'm going to pump a smite into that. I only have first level, so first level divine smite.
So what is that? I think you've got a D8 for the longsword and then 2D8 for the smite.
So I don't know why. So 9 for the long sword. I'm not sure how it's doing the calculations. So 5 plus, so 9 for the long sword is correct.
Yeah, that total is adding the two-handed damage.
Yeah.
Two-handed.
And then 1d6 for the hex, and I'm looking for it. Sorry. Divine smite 1d8.
If you're casting at first level, you should be doing 2d8 for your first divine smite. Or I might have that wrong.
Oh, you're quite right. So I'll roll
Something right today.
2. So that's it. 12, 13, 15 points of damage. And that'll be my turn.
Are you under 10 hit points with Marcus?
I am not.
But you are under 50%?
Yep.
Gotcha. Brunhild is going to attack Marcus once more. Should hit you with a 19.
Mm, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to shield that. Yeah, I'll shield.
And then her second attack is going to miss. I need to take a break here. I wanted to finish this off, but let's take 15 and come back to this at like 15 till. If everybody is back before then, we will pick back up. But we are definitely at the turning point here. Hopefully, good things to come. But yeah, let's take a quick break.
All right, sounds good.
Sorry, Larry. We tried.
Oh, at the start of our conversation, he was basically like, "Can we just skip over her killing me and just go straight to like having the whole group involved?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a given that she kills you." Um, Part of what we talked about is it's how the dice go. I was very worried to even bring up the idea of her getting a crit, and she's rolled 2 crits already this game. Um, but yeah, like his damage, if I rolled a little bit lower on her hit points, and he had been able to maintain concentration, I think he could have done a lot to her. But like dealing 40 damage in a single strike, it's a 20 to keep her concentration.
She's scary.
Yep, that's why I said like I think her alone is a deadly fight versus 4 level 5 characters.
How's she looking right now?
She is in fact not even bloodied at this point, so she is not at 50% yet.
Yeah.
Tis but a scratch.
Yep, she is a massive fucking warrior, and it's going to be a massive fucking battle.
Well, it is strong blood in the family. It is true.
Yeah, yeah.
So we can pick back up in this moment here. You all have the tides a little bit more turned to your favor. I think we currently have Marcus as bloodied. I'm pretty sure Brennick is still bloodied. Are you still under half with Brennick?
Brannick is actually after that thunder wave. He's back to mortally wounded.
Gotcha. So Brennick is looking pretty mortally wounded. I'm pretty sure Trey and Jin Bao are both above 50%.
Nah, I'm down to 15. I'm mortally wounded.
All right, technically, mortally wounded is once you're under 10 hit points. That's one of the things I want to kind of switch you all to. Like when I say something is mortally wounded, you guys are 1 hit away from killing it most of the time. So yeah, Jinbao is currently bloodied. Trey, though, you're doing all right.
Yeah, I'm just right below half.
And then we've got Gale on the northern side of this battle as Larry at this point. So you all are in that kind of state. You have Brunhild remaining, one of these warriors with the spear, and one of these casters with like the tree limb arm remaining in this battle. I knew I had like an entire other warrior like way off in the left here. But other than that, we are going to pick back up here with Jinbao.
Okay, so I'm going to move to the square where my weapons are and grab them.
Gotcha. So you could move there and like bonus action grab one, like bonus and free action grab one, or you can like basically use all of your action economy to grab multiple weapons. What are you grabbing?
I'm going to grab the longsword. And then can I still move?
Yep, you still have your normal movement and you still have your action.
I'm going to move there and attack this guy with the longsword.
That's going to leave that person mortally wounded.
I'll use my.
And I was taking your bonus action to pick up the weapon, though. You shouldn't
Okay.
have anything else.
Gotcha. That's my turn then.
This one is going to strike out at Brannick. Big ol' miss, and it's going to go to you, Brannick.
Okay. Magic missile. They all have to hit the same target, right?
Not at all. You can pick, like if you're doing a level 2, 4 different targets. It is purely up to you how you want them to hit. They just automatically hit.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hit the mortally wounded one right beside me with I'll go 2 just to make sure he dies.
All
And
right,
then
100% he's dead.
okay, and the other 2, I'll just roll twice then. The other 2 at the caster to my south.
Gotcha. So yeah, just do 2 more darts, and that will hit the druid. Any movement from you?
Yeah, as that other one drops, he's going to try to put some distance, move into his west. Unless is that one below? Looks like there might be one under Trey. Is that one still alive or is that one dead? Gotcha.
Dead.
Okay. Yep. So that's it all for Brannick.
And that should take it to Trey.
Okay. Trying to think whether to grapple them or hit them. I'm going to try and hit them again.
Solid hit.
Wonderful. And I'm going to apply Fire Room to this. Jackals, I'll go ahead and post that.
Is it 2d6 extra fire damage?
Correct. And Fire Rune is just considered a feat, so it's not part of my bonus action. Sorry, I did not mean to pose text that long.
All right, roll 2d6.
I think he did up top already.
I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, underneath. It's from my damage rolls with the Warhammer. Right, I did.
It's a d8 and a d10. Fire Rune does 2d6. Oh, the 9.
Right, yeah.
That will take them to mortally wounded.
Okay. And yeah, I'll go ahead and move right there. That'll end my turn.
Gael, what would you like to do?
Can I use my bonus action prior to attack? So can I cast Hunter's Mark prior to attacking?
100%.
I cast Hunter's Mark on Bjornhild. Yeah, apparently it does work. And then I shoot all of my longbows at her.
So 2d20 and then 2d20. And then roll a d6. All of those will hit. 25 and the 19s hit. I guess technically you already had a 3 rolled from this turn, so we'll take that for 19 total. That's going to put her in the bloodied condition.
And that'll do it for me.
No movement. You're still holding up there?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, Druid south of Trey is going to turn on him and do one more Thunder Wave. And it will hit you for 6 more thunder damage.
I'd like to go ahead and make my reaction to attack them.
Go for it. $12 will miss, and it's on Marcus.
Cool. So bonus action, I am going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
And what are you going to do with your action?
With my action, I am going to hold my action, hold out my longsword, and yell, "Yield, you're outnumbered!" at her. And if she twitches, I will strike with my longsword.
You can use your action to try to yell to her and try to like have a something happen from the yell. But if you are holding your action to attack her, that's what your action is going to be.
Okay. Then screw it. I'm just going to try to chop off her head.
Go for it. And then you can cast Sanctuary afterwards if you would like. 16 will hit. Roll the damage.
That's 8
And
damage
your hex.
plus 1d6 from the hex.
And then you can cast Sanctuary on yourself to try to remain alive.
I think I already cast it, no?
If you cast it before you attack her, Sanctuary is gone. My point is to say that the order of casting that matters. So
Okay,
attack her
yeah,
and then
now
cast
I
Sanctuary.
will cast Sanctuary. My apologies, thank you. My first time playing a caster.
She is going to look to you and laugh at the statement of being alone. Oral be praised. And she's going to reach out her hand and suck the life out of the last remaining druid before she looks back at you. Now I am alone. And she's going to attack you twice with her axe.
DM, I don't mean to interrupt, but at the start of the druid's turn, it needed to make a strength saving throw for the shackles or take 2d6
It's not the
fire
druid's
damage.
turn. It doesn't really matter. My point is she needs to be alone to really, really enjoy Oral. So I don't care if the druid is dead. I was making sure to kill it at that taunt. Nothing actually changed as to what happened, just that the druid has to be dead right now. Bjorn should hit you with an 18.
Did she make a wisdom saving throw?
She is going to step away from you.
Okay, I'm going to
You
take...
can attack her.
I am not.
Brannick looks wounded, and Jin Bao looks wounded, right?
Yep, Brannick's looking bad.
Brennick's mortally wounded.
Mortally
I think
wounded.
she's gonna close 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, she's gonna close in on Brennick. First strike should hit. I don't think there's any way you can survive this.
What's the AC?
22 to hit you.
I'm going to use, I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to use my last shield. And that gives me, with Shield of Fate, gives me a 23 AC.
Gotcha. And then she's going to attack you one more time. And it's a crit. So she is going to deal a total of 1533. I don't think that's an auto kill, but you are definitely down.
It would be, I think, 45 for an auto kill. But
Definitely
yeah,
within her max damage. Those 2s and that 3 are what saved you there.
Yeah.
So Brennick will go down, and like the ice kind of starts to like cool into your body as she basically laughs. And then it's gonna go to Jinbao.
I am going to move back to the square, pick up my bow and arrow this time. Move and then attack with the longbow.
Gotcha. You will be at disadvantage to take a shot with the longbow.
How do you figure in the disadvantage?
Blizzard, 40-mile-an-hour winds.
No, I mean with the roll.
Oh, you just roll twice and you take the lowest one.
Yeah.
Solid. So 10 damage.
And that will be it for me.
I think you have 2 shots with it.
You are correct.
Was that a crit?
Yep. Double 20s. It's the crit.
Nice.
Insane.
And that one's going to miss.
Damn, double 20s.
And then it's going to go to Brannick. Death saving throw.
Thank you, Brannick.
And then Trey.
I'm going to go ahead and I got a hand axe here. Hold on one moment. Question: does a corpse count as an object, and would it be a free action to pick it up?
The body of the druid in front of you? No.
No, I was referring to Brannick.
No, it's still grappling effectively. It takes your action to pick up a body.
Okay.
He's just a creature without a will, so he won't contest it. But it still has to be effectively a grapple. Don't
And
objectify Brannick's body.
I am going to go ahead and back up towards Jin Bao. So 5, 30, and I'll use my action to, move even farther, I guess, to dash in between him and Marcus. And I will have my turn.
Gale, what would you like to do? You've lost sight of your target. You know they are on the opposite side of that tent. You can probably gain sight. I feel like Tabaxi have a crazy leap of movement. That's probably your chance to be able to still do something this turn.
Okay, so would it be possible for me I can't move the token, but would it be possible for me to get to the, let me guess, I guess this is the west of the tent. So I'm thinking about trying to get to, for instance, there.
Gotcha. Yeah, so the feline agility, yeah, lets you basically dash once for free.
If that's within the so yeah, exactly.
So I think probably here is about 12 at the furthest. That's like the most wide openest of shots, but depending on where you're actually trying to go, you can certainly get in that general area.
Yeah,
I think
that's
you
a
can
good
probably
position. I mean, where I am, it's a good position.
Gotcha. And then if you're going to take those shots at Brunhild, 2d20 for the first one. Solid hit for 11. That's going to leave her mortally wounded. Oh, and a d6. She is at 2 hit points. Roll 2d20. Kill her with the second shot. That's a kill. How do you kill Brunhild?
Nice.
Through the last shot goes through the wrist that held the axe that caused so much trouble to the group.
So as she's like reaching down to pick Brennick up by the hair, in the same way that she walked out with Johann's head, you can pierce not only through the actual wrist of her axe-wielding hand, but you can actually go through both of her arteries, through both wrists, and almost like locking her with your arrow. She's going to bleed out on the ground, and you all have taken the tiger camp.
I'm going to rush to Brennick and cast Cure Wounds.
I'm giving him 15 points of lay on hands as well.
Yeah, so I think Marcus would go before he actually goes again, so there's no need for any death saves, but you're definitely good to go. I mean, realistically, I don't. As long as you guys think to heal him, he can't die. You know, at worst, he can roll a 1 if it got around to Trey. But yeah, he's good to go.
So
So
I'm giving him 10 hit points, and I'm going to give 5 to myself.
it was a very long and epic combat.
It was.
Speaking,
GM, can you make me smaller?
Oh, can you not adjust your size? Like if you just like left click on yourself, it doesn't bring up the boxes?
Oh, is that how you do it? I don't know how all of Roll20 functions.
If you left click on yourself, does it show you like basically like the cardinal directions and then the actual like the like angle of the actual like 90-degree corners? Does it show you
no,
that little box?
I see a little square, and when I left click it, I see the 3 on the top. That'll represent HP and
Yeah, so
etc.
if you grab Oh wait. Do you see the little blue dots like around your actual token though? Underneath those 3 big circles?
just a rotation and not a size.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, just the rotation is all I have access to.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've actually played a character and not been in GM mode. But yeah, you all have a a safe place here. I think for what it's worth, we're just going to play under this idea that Marcus and Gale's troops are able to kind of take care of the rest of this camp, but the camp is yours.
Speaking as Yaz and not as Marcus. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that would happen.
I mean, seeing her just kind of, yeah. No, I mean, you know, I think it's it makes sense. We're feeling bad about leaving Johan anyway.
I'm going to be honest. If you didn't charge forward and force me to kill her, or force me to kill Johan, Johan was getting put to the test of Arl. Larry was going to make a new character. And the question would be, is one day do they have a chance to kind of bump back into Johan and Larry have the choice? Well, what I was thinking is, you know, she's not going to kill you, but she's going to walk you off into the tundra effectively naked and alone, and Arl will kill you this time. And that's where, like, you know, that's kind of one of those moments where sometimes I like to do solo role plays with people to actually, like, let you make a few decisions. Like, you know, could be like a half hour, could be like an hour, to see like how things play out. And maybe we find out that Johan becomes like a champion of Arl and forsakes Volkor and becomes, you know, something other. I love shit like that, where it's like, yeah, sell out your god and embrace Arl, and you can live, and that's how you live. And I've had people who go for it, and I've had people who are like, nope, fuck it, I'll die. But again, I thought that was an epic death for Johan. It always sucks when shit goes down, but again, like, to randomly encounter these people and then to get them to be the 1 out of 4 that actually matters, because there's 4 different tribes of nomads. And then there was another like 20 or something that I rolled to see like how everything actually, like, that it was the actual tribe. It's just a lot of craziness had to happen long before, you know, anybody had a singular choice to like get to that point.
Yeah, and Johan was kind of living on borrowed time if you think about it, because he should have died back in the black cabin.
Oh yeah,
Right.
definitely. Yeah, he got knocked down to just a couple in one shot. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Offered
black
to,
cabin though had like the biggest like plot hook ever of, it's like, yeah, you can't die. Anybody who dies here, they come back to life when you use this object. That Deus Ex Machina is like one of those things where it's like, well, why even kill them off?
Oh, the Sunstone or whatever would have brought me back. Like it would have killed me and then brought me back.
Yeah, as long as that's part of why it's like, as long as you activate it there, you come back. But anybody who died within like the last 24 hours comes back when you activate that thing.
No, it was super fitting for Johan because like another aspect of his character is like your pride will be the will be the death of you. So um definitely sort of first of making the mistake of pulling out the, oh, actually I'm the heir, not realizing that she was just down the road, but then just being like, all right, well, if we're gonna fight, and not begging for his life or anything, but just being like, shut up, let's get to it. But I
Yeah,
was hoping that I'd had this hope that I could goad her into a fist fight, get her out in the open, away from weapons, and then just sort of draw out the battle long enough to potentially, all the time be talking about, my God and everything, and then just call, basically, if I could wear her down a little, call lightning, and just go Nova at that point, and hopefully have put enough doubt into the surrounding. But she laughed that away and used that stupid axe of hers.
yeah. Again, I think this is supposed to be like 5th through 7th or 8th levels, like what it's quote unquote balanced for. And that axe, like, she's got her blessing. It's 3 per day that she gets that for 1 minute. It's absolutely fucking insane.
Oh, 3 times per day for a full minute a piece even? Oh, man.
Yeah. It's just like she imbues that axe basically for fights. So she's like always got it like as her blessing of Aro.
Yeah, plus you rolled what, 3 crits with her during that fight? At least 3 or
Yeah.
4?
I think I rolled 3 different crits. And I think I had like 2 checks where I was like trying to figure out how like the enemies were like interpreting the situation, where I rolled 2 more 20s. So I rolled a lot of 20s today. And then you take that like in the switch of like Andrew rolled, I mean, you probably averaged like 6 or 7 on your D20s today.
Yeah.
But I don't think like any of those other little guys. I think I critted like twice maybe with some of the other little guys. But like with all of their different attacks, they were not rolling high. That's one of those weird fights too, where like again, if you guys had Rashad can drop those fireballs in that group and take out all of the tribal warriors super fucking quick because he's the evocation wizard. That's such a big hit to lose Rashad like on a moment like that. But it was one of those things where I was just like, dude, the wizards are so vulnerable in this situation, like outnumbered. I don't know if it was a good choice or a bad choice to say like I need to just remove him so we don't kill somebody who's not here. And
I think
I
it's
don't
a
even
fair
know.
choice to make that decision, for the player character.
Yeah, I don't even know if he chose Fireball. I hope he did, because Fireball is definitely the reason why you want to be a level 5 wizard.
Yeah, no, I think you made the right call with keeping him out of it, because yeah, it'd be rough
But
to
like,
come back and be like, by the way, Velixis is dead.
yeah, I removed like 3 other guys who I had spawned, and I was like, yeah, I think that ended up being um what was it? A total of CR 12? No, I think it was a total of CR 14 in enemies, like just counting up the CR. Which I feel like at level 5, like roughly half of the player value, which if you guys are all 5, and there were technically 6 of you, it puts you at about 15. That's a deadly fight. But it's definitely winnable. And it kind of comes back to the real question comes down to um, how many hits you all can sink from Brunhild. And I mean, you guys did a good job. That was a fucking epic fight. It definitely was one of those like sweet kind of moments. Saber-toothed tiger is like dangerous, but like forcing it to bite off somebody else's head, that was like the one thing that it did that was actually successful there.
That
It
was
spent
clutch.
how many
That was
turns
awesome.
attacking Brennick, and it couldn't
Yeah.
even like get a hit on Brennick. Um,
Yeah, I was just hoping my shield would hold out long enough that I couldn't really run away because I was restrained, and yeah,
See, that
just,
to me is one of the biggest things that I think you all forget how powerful you are. When you stand still in a combat, it's such a joke. Like there's a lot of room for if your wizard needs to get out of combat, moving before they get a chance to take everybody's reaction against yourself with a high AC. Like Trey was in a perfectly terrible position to do this because everybody went between Trey and Brennick. But like I think Jin Bao was right before Brennick. Moving past Brennick is a great way for Jin Bao to basically give Brennick an ability to move out of combat. Because you take the attacks with like 18 AC, you like punch a few people and then run past him. You take a bunch of attacks with high AC, and then hopefully he can break free, and that also removes you from that clusterfuck, and hopefully he can drop a nuke. That's some of those things where like there is a certain level of like plotting and planning where moving on purpose to absorb attack of opportunities is huge.
I thought about that a couple times. I'm like, I want to move, but I feel like if I move, it would not necessarily be a good idea regarding all that's around me and forgetting I have a 19 AC. But damn, I really just wanted to stop and go wrestle like the saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah, I think Tavern Brawler makes it viable to actually do like grapple stuff. Otherwise, like grapple wrestling type of shit is really only useful if you're fighting on a cliff's edge and you have a chance to actually throw something over a cliff.